After just 5 months of throwing arrows, I want to see how hard it is to compete against some of the best amateur darts players St Helens has to offer. My darts journey on this channel has already introduced me to some incredible people in the world of darts. In my first video, I had the privilege of being fitted for a set of Luke Littler Gen 1 darts by the legend himself, Carl Holden, at St Helens Dart Shop. Then in my second video, I went up against some of the top young talent from St Helens Darts Academy. Let's just say, it didn't end too well for me. So after Matty and Morgan smashed me up in that last video, I'm back for redemption. But just how far has my game actually progressed in just over 5 months? Let's find out.
I need to get him as a hype man.
But before you guys see how I get on in the event, it's crucial to see what areas of my game needs improvement. A great way of doing this is by testing yourself online against other opponents which are of a similar level to yourself. And that is leg play. I've played horrendously so far, but it's 1-1. A nice little 180 in that last leg as well, so hopefully a bit of momentum builds. If you are somebody who is thinking about entering an ADC event, then signing up for them couldn't be any easier. Simply become a member of Darts Atlas by paying a £10 membership fee, and then it's just a matter of choosing a tournament you'd like to compete in. Come on! Yeah! How would you, yes you, like to be in with a chance of winning all of these wonderful prizes courtesy of St Helens Dart Shop Megastore? This shop has everything you would ever need for the game of darts. They have tons of darts, flights, cases, boards, stands, you name it, these guys will stock it. And if you head into the shop, you will have a chance to try before you buy on one of their many practice boards. So what is one of you lucky subscribers going to be winning? Well, first of all, the new Target Tor darts board, a Target Surround, and the Target Corona Light. Now, when I tell you guys that this will light up your street, I ain't lying. Now, all you need to do to be entered into this wonderful competition is leave me a comment in the section below, like this video, and be a subscriber of my channel. And for bonus points, go and follow St Helens Darts Shop on all of their social medias. Now, the winner of this competition will be revealed at random when I either hit 7,500 subscribers or 1,000 likes or comments. Good luck. After my online practice session, it was obvious that hitting doubles was the weakest part of my game. Right, okay, so let's get better at doubles. Now, this game is quite an interesting game. It's something I've picked up from one of the bull hitters lads, the lad called Ollie. He's obviously a phenomenal player, and if you don't follow him, go and follow him on his social medias, because he always gives away loads of sort of training sort of secrets. And again, this isn't mine, this is one of his. And one thing he does, which helps him get better at doubles, and it's helped me get better at the doubles as well, is throw for the bullseye, and if you hit one of the numbers around it, then try and hit the double. And what I guess that gets you doing is moving around the board, so you're not just going for the same double all the time. So it's a really simple training technique. So say I've just gone for obviously the bullseye. This is my first throw, by the way. And then now I've missed, I've hit the 20, so we're just going to go for the 20s. So I've hit one. So that's basically a win there. So I'm giving myself, going to give myself 1 point. And that's essentially all we're doing, is we're just trying to hit the doubles which we hit the numbers on. I'm also doing this as sort of a game, so if I come inside the number, say for example I'm going for double 20 and I come inside, then I've got to hit the double 10. It's to make it realistic to what I'll be doing basically in the game. I'll just stay there as well. I'll just try and hit it many times to get it the first start. But this is actually getting better. I feel like my throw's getting better. The next step in this journey is by tackling my nerves. So I decided to start playing in person against real opponents. Whether it was at the Woodlands Pub, where I'll be competing, or back at St Helens Darts Academy, I figured the more I played face to face, the better I'd handle my nerves. Here we are, folks. I'm going to take my Luke Littler Gen 1s and my Chizzy Gen 1s. because the night has finally come for me to play my very first ADC event. And I'd be lying to you guys if I told you I wasn't absolutely crapping myself. Like, I'm literally scared, genuinely. I don't know how it's going to go. I'm hoping it's going to go really well. Now, if I don't win any games, if I don't win any legs, then all I can do is learn, realistically. But I'm hoping, because I've had a little bit of form going into it, I've been scoring pretty well, I've been practicing quite a lot on the board, that I'm going to take that into this event. But I just need to try and settle on these nerves because they're absolutely killing me currently. So, without further ado, let's get to the event. Let's go and throw some darts. Right, okay guys, because it is incredibly loud in this venue, because the Merseyside derby is on, you will get me talking over, basically giving you a little rundown of how I'm currently playing. As you can see here though, this is where you throw to see who goes first in the game. By doing this, it's basically closest to the bull, and if it goes outside of the 25 or bullseye, you both throw again until one of you gets inside that mark. And as you can see here, Dylan actually wins the throw to start the match. I actually start this game okay, to be honest with you. I start off with a 60 followed by a 59. But then as we head towards the end of this leg, you can see here that there's a bit of indecision with my game. I don't actually know what I'm kind of going for at this point. I'm going to put that down to nerves, because usually I'm quite good at counting, but my mind is absolutely blank at this point. So I have 45 remaining. I hit the 5. I absolutely airmail one, and then the other one misses as well. Then Dylan steps up to the board with 80 remaining, and he hits tops with his first dart, but then he absolutely nails it with his third dart. So fair play to the man. I don't know if any of you guys also suffer with this, but I get really nervous when I'm playing in front of people. Something that I'm going to have to deal with, I suppose, if I want to play better darts. Hence the reason why I'm kind of putting myself in really uncomfortable positions. Now, you guys obviously can't see nerves, but I can tell you for a fact that my arm feels completely numb. Like when I'm practicing at home, it feels pretty good, my throw. But then as soon as I got into the Woodlands Pub here, I just completely lost all sense of what I was doing, to be honest with you. I've actually got a chance to win this leg here. There's 8 remaining. Oh, I've missed every single dart at that double. Oh, not the start I wanted there, for being honest with you. It's really rowdy in there. It's really loud because Liverpool are playing Everton. There's a lot of people in there, so I'm going to have to come to my van to do one of these sort of recaps. Oh, I've just played horrendous. I got beat in that first game 2-0 against a lad called Dylan. Very good player. We both didn't play too well, to be honest with you. I averaged 50. Dylan averaged just under 52. It was essentially the finishing. The finishing was horrendous from me. I couldn't finish my tee, to be honest with you. It was horrific. That's all that can be said on that one. But first game of the night, I think both Liverpool and Everton scored a goal as I was playing there. No excuse. Didn't play very well. But yeah, I've got, let me have a look who's my next, a guy called Keane in my next game. Now I know that Keane is a good player, and after the game I've just played, I'm not expecting a lot, but I will try my best for you guys.
So this is the second game, and I actually win the bullseye. Start off with a pretty handy 58 scored. But then Keane steps up and nails a 1-2-1 to start the game off pretty well. Now Keane is a very, very good player. In the practice events which I've played in recently at the Woodlands Pub, I've watched Keane a little bit. And again, when you know that somebody's a pretty good player, I start worrying before I even played them players. Like, I've already lost the game at this point because I know how good he is. And obviously he hits one there to start off with and then follows it up with 2 treble 20s. It's just levels. But as much as I'm feeling the nerves, to be honest with you, I am trying my best to stay in the game. Then Keane steps up with only 32 remaining, so double 16, and then pins it with his very first dart. And then how about this for a start? Can he do it? Yes. Absolutely nails the 180. Fair play to it. Little fist pump from myself. If anybody gets a 180 against me, they're going to get fist pump. Fair play to them. I love to see it. And then here we go. Look how nervous I am there. Look, I even step back off my rhythm. Hit the old 26. And here's the difference. Hits treble 1 with his first dart. 19 with his second. You're thinking, I'd be scared, you know, I don't know where I'm going with the next one. And then he pins 54, treble 18. Another 2-0 loss for myself, but fair play to Keane. Well played, sir.
I've just been absolutely smashed. Keane has just averaged 81 against me. I averaged 53, so better than the first game, but miles off the pace. Like, I've just seen night and day, like, completely different levels to what I've ever experienced before in the game of darts. So fair play to Keane, very good player. Yeah, I am country miles off. I can't settle my nerves. Like, I kind of felt as if I was all right at the start of that game, but I think I hit like a 26. I had a really bad score like early doors, and I just couldn't settle. I couldn't find the treble 20, and yeah, on to the next game. Now in my next game, fans of the channel will know who this guy is. I'm playing none other than Matty Ambridge. Let's hopefully play well against Matty, because if there's anybody who I'd love to have a pop at and try and beat, it's young Matty.
Like I've just said here, guys, he's a fan favourite, Matty Ambridge, back on the channel. And knowing how good Matty is, again, I am a little bit nervous going into this game. However, I do feel a little more confident playing against Matty because I've played against him before, so I know how good he is. And I actually start off the game fairly well. However, Matty starts off better. Pinning a steady 140. However, as you can see here, I think you can appreciate that I'm actually throwing the darts a lot better. And this is what I have been doing a lot more at home, to be honest with you, is throwing them steady. However, again, Matty pins a nice 99 there. There's just too many sloppy darts from myself. I don't mind saying that. Matty just leaves himself on 32, and then first dart, he nails it. And if you want an example of just how nervous I am at this event, that first dart right there, hitting double 20, proves it. I mean, I end up scoring 115 at the end, but it's a very unconventional 115. Then Matty goes and nails another 140. He's actually playing some very, very good darts at this point of the game. Again, look, tops again. What am I doing? Lovely little 91 there. Like, these are better darts though. I know I'm throwing some sketchy ones, but the darts are actually going in the board a lot better, and it's Matty's time to actually throw some poor darts, hitting a 21. Can I hit the 180? Oh, there he is. Gotta take some positives out of it in a 180. That's my very first 180 in a pub in front of anyone in an ADC event. So happy days. Can I come back and hit the 20 again? Oh, that's right on the wire. I even stepped forward thinking I'd got it. Got to move. Now that is a much better dart for myself, if I do say so myself. That I had to kind of go over the back of that dart, and to hit that, to be honest with you, I was absolutely made up. Now we skip on to the end of the leg because it was a pretty poor leg from both players, to be honest with you. Hits the single 18. Can I hit the 32? Just misses. Now I've missed my chance to win the game. Can Matty take it? Hits the single 19 for double 8. And there it is. Game, set and match to Matty Ambridge.
Ah, it's like a broken record, folks. Better in that game. Matty averaged to just under 65. I averaged just over 60. So better averages. And Matty beat me 2-1. So at least I've won a leg. But to be honest with you, if we're going off of the stats, Matty deserved to win. So fair play to the young lad. But yeah, I'm really feeling the pressure tonight. I don't know whether it's because I've set my cameras up and I'm doing this for you guys, but I'm genuinely feeling the pressure.
So you'll see a young lad called Josh O'Sullivan who's going to be commentating also on this game through the camera. I didn't know he was actually doing this at the time, and I watched it back and I actually find it really funny, so it's staying in. So both of us start off pretty steady, but then you'll see towards the end of this game that Leon really ramps it up and plays some unbelievable darts, including this 170. What phenomenal darts. Look, another fist pump. I will always give a fist pump to some incredible darts, and that deserves one.
Alex isn't playing very well at the moment. Anyway guys, you'll probably see me on Alex's TikTok live some point in the next 2 to 3 weeks. Could be a bit sooner, depending on his schedule, but obviously I work very closely with Carl and Dawn, so I'll be able to get you some more deals, some more awards, which go for as a gift. So if he hits another 200 subscribers, we might do a giveaway as you do. So he's a good lad, Alex. Alex is 1-0 down. 1-0 down. Broken throw as well. So he's going to have to play it.
You'll see. Jay Chisnell there giving it to Josh. Everton versus Liverpool, like I said. Both opposition fans.
83, good strong attack there in the first 3 darts.
But back to the game, 83 scored. That's a better start to a leg.
You feel Alex needs to take this into possibly 3. Double 16. Double 8. This is 40 scored, 8 remaining. He's got another challenge. I think it might be his last. Double 4 to draw it. Alex got beat 2-0. He was unfortunate. He played well. He's a good thrower, Alex, as you know. He throws well during YouTube and TikTok. He just needs to accomplish it. You're unlucky.
No, it's what the English guy is terrible. Terrible darts.
You were throwing back. Oh, it's kicking off here. No, he played well. He was unlucky. His opponent has got a bit of dartitis, so he's slowed his game down. As you see on the TikTok lives and the YouTube,
Thank you. I need to get him as a hype man.
Right, so in my 5th and final game, I'm playing a young chap called Chris. Now, because I've been to the pub a few times before, I know that Chris is a very, very steady darts player. You know that you're in for a really tough game with him because he's average around the 70 mark every single week. So I'm in for a tough game against the lad, but I'm trying to keep my head up as much as possible. I know that if I was playing at home right now, my darts would have been put down a long time ago. I'd have walked away from it, but obviously you can't do that when you're playing in a tournament. Almost taking Matty out there with my second dart. Now you can see just how steady Chris is. His grouping is pretty phenomenal, if I'm being honest with you. Whereas me, I'm all over the place. Now, there was a little bit of frustration that crept in, if I'm being honest with you guys. I think it's pretty evident on my face when I'm walking back that I am disappointed with myself. Obviously, wanted to show you guys that I have improved, and I don't think I've done it very well in this video. And then Chris goes and takes out the 20 to go 1-0 up. So I actually felt that in this second leg, I started to throw a hell of a lot better. I know it might not look like it, but I do actually start scoring a little bit better, which gives me a little bit of confidence. And then as we skip to kind of the end of the leg, you will see that I actually do pretty well. However, again, there's a little bit of indecision here. Like I said before, when I'm at home, I can count pretty well. But when the pressure's on, it's quite hard to do. So I have 42 remaining. Can I take it out? Hits the single 10 and then nails the double 16. That's more like it. And then I actually start off the next leg with some fairly good darts. But then Chris replies with a steady 81. Both of us actually in this third and final leg score pretty well. As you can see there, I've just hit 100. And then Chris replies with 100 again. another bounce out, which almost kills Matty. Now, as we come to the end of this video, it's obviously been a very disappointing night for myself. I wanted to prove to you guys that I have improved quite considerably. However, putting myself in these awkward, difficult positions, which I feel completely out of my comfort zone, is fine. I'm okay with it. I need to do it more often. And I feel like that's the only way I'm going to actually improve massively at the game, especially when I'm playing against really good players like Chris here. And there he is. Chris takes out the Madhouse to win the game 2-1.
And that's the night done. I did win a leg. I lost 2-1, but I won a leg. I kept my head up. You know, it would have been dead easy to just kind of throw it away there. And I played some better darts, to be honest with you. Let me just load this up on Darts Atlas. I averaged a 52, but I did miss quite a few chances at a double, and I even missed sort of a chance at winning the game as well. But again, in the grand scheme of things, Chris deserved to win, to be honest with you. His average was 66, which is a hell of a lot more than what I averaged. And I spoke to Jay Chisnell after I've just played there, because to be honest with you, I came away from it and he could see that I was a little bit disappointed. Jason Chisnell is the brother of Dave Chisnell, so I basically just asked him how he deals with his nerves and stuff like that. And to be honest with you, he said they'd be really up for doing a video on the channel. So coming soon, there will be a video with Jason Chisnell. Hopefully his brother might come along. I don't know. He might invite his brother, but that's something to look forward to. Now, I'm going to do a recap in the morning because it's late now. And I'll recap this whole night because it has been a little bit disappointing, but I'm going to try and take the positives out of tonight. Right, okay folks, so as you've just seen in that video, if you've watched it till this point, I got absolutely smashed up last night. Fair play to the folks who I played. Some unbelievable games in there, some unbelievable averages. Keen, 81 plus average, just levels to the game. Is that going to deter me from going back to the ADCs? Absolutely not. I've got to realise that I'm going to be bad at some stuff, but it's about plucking away, keep going to them, and eventually I'm hoping that I can get to those levels of those lads, because it was insane to see, to be honest with you. Now, obviously, how hard was that to go and compete against people in that ADC? We've just seen it. It was almost impossible. Definitely like a 5 out of 5 for difficulty, let me just say. I've got to get over the nerves. Now, I spoke to Jason Chisnell last night after the event, and he's going to help me do that, hopefully. So that'll be a video that's coming in the future, 100%. He's a county player, obviously Dave Chisnell's brother. And folks, if you haven't already entered my competition, make sure you do that right away. There's going to be plenty more coming in the future. If that sounds good to you guys, then just hit that subscribe button. It means the world. But until next time, see ya!